Hi, it's Andy here from the Kendo Show, and I'm here with my friend Max.
Hello.
You've probably seen Max in some of the other episodes of the Kendo Show. We did some about Kirikaishi, didn't we? And men and Hikiwaza.
Yeah, we've got some new ones for you today.
Absolutely. And we're here in Shubukan at the Fukuoka University of Education. What a beautiful dojo.
Nice dojo.
It's great here, isn't it? And we're here to talk to you about blocking in Kendo. This is a really requested topic. We get a lot of requests about this. It's a bit of a hot topic, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, people are often asking about it. We're going to talk a little bit about how you can deal with somebody that does a lot of blocking, lots of this, yeah? And we're going to talk a little bit about how you can defend yourself by using some blocking techniques without running such a risk of being hit. So we're talking about how to deal with a blocker and how you can be a more effective blocker as well. But before we get into it, I want to just remind everybody that you need to be doing your Kendo shopping at KendoStar.com and KendoBorgaJapan.com. They're the websites that I run, and they directly affect the episodes that we bring to you. They are basically the funding behind this channel. We don't have any other methods of funding, but every order that you place on either of those websites will go towards bringing you new episodes of the Kendo Show. So if you do like what we're doing, do make sure that you get over to those websites and do all of your shopping over there. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into the video.
Let's go.
So let's have a look at blocking. First off, let's look at some bad examples and how to deal with them. There's three main types of, there's one main type of the worst case of blocking, which is when somebody stands like this, but there's three main stages to get there, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah, so the first is the smaller version where they feel threatened towards their men and they block like this, to
Maybe
defend their men, okay? Now, the key here that's bad about it is that they leave their feet planted on the floor, like this.
They can't move.
They can't move at all.
That's your advantage.
Absolutely. And then from there, if they want to be a little bit more extreme, they'll bring it across like this into a horizontal position like this. You may have seen this before. Yeah, this is another stage.
It's not a good way to block.
Absolutely, of this kind of block.
A lot of people do this, so you should be able to have some techniques to fight against it.
Absolutely. And again, with the feet planted just straight on the floor.
Yep.
And then the next stage is the full Sanpo Mamori type block, like this, where they try and cover as many targets as possible. Okay? Again, with the feet planted down on the floor and no movement. Okay? So now let's look at each of those three stages one by one and how we can find ways to pick holes in them and hopefully make our own strikes.
Okay.
So, first of all, how to deal with somebody that's making the smaller type of the block like this. What I'm going to do is, he's going to be feeling threatened on his men, okay? So this usually happens when you make a threat towards his men, like this. And straight away I can see I've got a chance to hit his kote like this here. Absolutely. I'm going to come in, I'm going to threaten it there, and there's a chance there. I can even make a small feint attack to his men, like this, 2 steps, like this. I'm sure you've seen. Like this, ko, and then here, like this, men, kote. And then we can do men and men as well, like I just said actually. We can do the same thing, men, like this. Sayumen, we bring it from here, round diagonally, like when you do kirikaishi, into a sayumen strike. From here, men, like this. Very, very effective. So I've got 2 very good options here. From here, kote, and men, like this. These are 2 great ways to deal with somebody that blocks in this way.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at the second example where someone is going to be blocking like this, okay? You can see here, kote is open, and there's a couple of other things you can do, so let's take a look. All right, first of all, I think he's going to try and block men. He's going to be scared of men when I'm coming in for this kind of attack. So seme, and he's going to block. Right, now I can hit kote. Bang, okay? The thing to really keep in mind when you're doing this technique, hasuji, cutting angle, you can't hit like this because it's not proper cutting angle. You have to adapt your cutting angle. Bang. This is still correct. If I hit sideways, it won't be ippon. If I hit with correct hasuji, nice ippon. Okay, so one more time. Seme, bang. Okay, let's look at another technique you can do. It's a bit more difficult because you have to catch the right timing, but if you can do it, it can be very effective. Here we go. This time, same approach, seme in, then he thinks I'm going to come for the kote like the one I just showed. Then, good chance for a men attack. Okay? Seme, thinks I'm coming for kote, his hands are down, he thinks he's going to protect that kote, I've still kept my balance, I'm still ready. Bang. Meari, hopefully.
Okay, so when the person is actually doing the very extreme type of sampo mamori, it's called, this kind of 3-point block it translates to, but where they're trying to guard everything, they're even turning their body so you can't hit their tsuki like this, and you can't really see any openings. There's a couple of things that you have actually got as options. The first is probably the most obvious. As we come in here, and he comes up like that, I've got a chance to hit his do here, gyakudo, okay? Hit his do. Like this, okay? Be careful not to bring the left hand off center. Mustn't do like this. Keep the left hand in center and you twist the hips, keeping the left hand in the middle. Like this, okay? But if he's any good, he'll see that coming, okay? The minute I start to swing for his gyakudo, he'll see it coming, yeah? And he won't want to get hit on the gyakudo. So as I come here, I'll go for gyakudo, he'll block it. But this opens another route to his men, okay? So instead of hitting his gyakudo, after my seme, I'm going to show gyakudo, and then I'm going to hikimen, like this, okay? It's quite difficult, it requires good footwork. We're going to come in here, man, like this, okay? This is one. If you could come a little bit further forward for me. The next one is I'm going to attack anyway, even though I know he's going to block me. Okay, I'm going to come in here, he's going to block, I'm going to go anyway, and I'm going to give him a tai atari. Okay, I'm going to give him a strong tai atari. One more time. Here, like this, I'm going to give strong tai atari, and I'm going to hit hikiwaza. Probably hikido is the easiest one to get from there. It depends how he reacts. So from here, I'm coming in, and go! And I have a chance for hikiwaza. Okay, so you can hit gyakudo, you can show gyakudo and hit men, or you can hit tai atari with hikiwaza. Okay, so there are 3 good techniques that you can do against somebody with a very extreme blocking posture. Okay, so finally, we've looked at the ways to deal with somebody that blocks in a sort of ineffective way, and that was by blocking in these 3 postures, either from here, or from here, also while keeping the feet planted in the ground and unable to move. How to block or to defend yourself effectively with less chance of getting hit is all about moving your feet and using ashisabaki, as well as not bringing the point of the shinai too far back. You don't want to bring it past. In general, in all of Kendo, there's not many times when you would bring the shinai up like this. You want to keep it towards your opponent as much as possible and use the shinogi, or the sort of shape of the shinai in this case, to make the deflection of the strikes. I'm also going to use my feet to control the distance. And that's even more important than using the shinai. Because even without the shinai, if he came from my men, and I move my body out of the way, I'm both, if he comes slowly, I'm both coming forward to close the distance, so even if I don't get out of the way, he's going to hit me here, and I'm moving slightly off of his cutting line. Okay, so I'm first off making sure I'm not in the way. Okay, that's the easiest. Again, if he comes from my man, just moving this way. Okay, and this is the basis of some ojiwaza, for example. Again, like nukido, for example. Yeah, this is the basis of some ojiwaza. And defense should be the basis of ojiwaza. Now, at the same time, I'm going to be controlling the distance, and I'm going to defend him with my shinai. And I'm going to also make sure that I close the distance down, making sure I'm in a safe distance. Okay, so as he comes to my men, I'm going to block this way, keeping the kensen forward. Again, if he comes to my men, I can go the opposite way and control him. And he is left with very few options to deal with that. If he comes, it works also for kote. If he comes to my kote, I'm still in control of him. Okay, it would even work the opposite way. Okay, but I'm not leaving my feet still. I'm controlling the distance. And even if he comes to my men, and I just come in this way, I'm leaving him a sort of difficult route to the men because the distance is getting much closer very quickly. Okay, I don't recommend doing that. I recommend blocking with the shinai as well if you're trying to defend yourself. But even in that case, even in the worst case scenario, when everything goes all out of the window, we've lost control, the worst thing you can do is leave your feet planted in the floor. So even if I use this sort of block, which I do, if you know, I know some of you are going to go and look for some of my shiai videos, and you're going to come back to me and say, hey Andy, I saw you doing this in the shiai. Yeah? What I'm trying to do, and I admit sometimes without success, is even if I make this kind of block, when he comes in for that men, I'm going to break this distance. I'm going to close this distance. If he attacks my man, I'm going to get here, okay? I'm not going to do this like this, okay? But one more time, I'm not going to do it like this because I know I'll lose if I do that, okay? Even if I make this block, I'm going to come in like this. When he comes to my man, I'm going to get in and break that distance so he hasn't got the chance. Ideally, I'm going to keep the shinai forward. Okay, so I've got control over everything that's happening, okay? Make sure I'm moving out of the way. As I said, this gives us the basis. If he comes to my kote, for example, this gives us the basis for ojiwaza. It also gives us the basis for waza like nukiwaza, okay? So we're going to move our feet. We defend with our feet, not with our shinai, okay? That's what I really want you to take away from this, okay? So that is a more effective way of defending yourself. Okay, so that was all about blocking in Kendo. Hope you found it useful, and if you did, make sure you drop us a like and a comment.
Nice, and try it out in the dojo. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't matter. This is just our opinion.
Absolutely.
And hopefully you've taken something away from today's video.
Absolutely. And like I said, if you liked it, make sure you're sharing us around Facebook and all social media. Give us a like and a subscribe. And don't forget to do that shopping over at KendoStar.com and KendoBogaJapan.com because that's what supports this channel. Every order on there does go towards funding us. So yeah, if you do like what we're doing, you'd like to see more, that's where you need to be shopping. Finally, if you'd like like to get early access to these videos, we do release them a few days in advance on our special Facebook group. There's a link down in the description. So go over to that. You need to send us a request to join, and we'll approve it right away. It's all free, of course. So get over to that, and you can join the Facebook group. It's called the Kendo Show Early Access.
Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Well, like I said, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.